Hello, guys. I hope you all are doing well. Just let me know if you can hear me clearly. All right, perfect, perfect. So let's start with this. This will be the weekly review for the second week of September. Today is the 7th of September. So I'm gonna be reviewing few assets. Mainly, we're gonna start with Bitcoin, moving to ETH, Sol, AVAX, maybe some other altcoins. We'll see. But there is something also that it's worth attention to it in regards to that. So I'm going to start with BTC just to cover a few things. I mean, for the time being, the price is really not giving, like, let's say, a clean direction, other than being in a bias to see higher levels because we are above the monthly open. I'm not going to be talking about like a lot about low time frame, but just be open for all possibilities that you see the price, acceptance above the 112, rallying to the higher levels, still coming maybe to range low, sweeping this area. Still, it's valid. We do have the quarterly open. We do have the monthly open that it's also at around these levels. We didn't sweep the quarterly open. The price just managed, just to sweep this area and start getting the acceptance about the monthly open. But for now, we are consolidating sideways. So there is really nothing like, let's say, that you can look at it. I can go on a low time frame just to show you a few things of what exactly to pay attention to it and to take it into consideration on some things that, as an example, I do pay attention to it. So for the time being, we do have this that is Saturday high, Saturday low. We do have also Friday high that New York session is just opened all the way to the downside. So it's very possible for the price to come and to start, running toward higher levels. There are also other probabilities that we might see it, like let's say within this week, that the price can rally toward this level, then get faded from sellers, and then start coming to sweep these lows and maybe lower levels. It's very possible. Now you need to be open to all possibilities for this week. Once we're gonna open, like let's say Monday, we're gonna have better direction on what exactly to expect. We still have 2 weeks also. Um, for the 17th, I think, the CPI. So we still have like enough time. Um, we do have this area that it's coming still that I was looking at it. We didn't come to sweep it. Also, I do have higher levels that I was looking at it, which is coming at around these levels. So still, there is a possibility that we might start running, like let's say, toward these highs. And this will be the pivot level that we are dealing with it when it's coming, like let's say, to this range. So if the price managed to start trading at around these levels, then we would be favoring higher levels to see it. So it all depends on the weekly closing. This is a major area that we do have it, that it's marked for you, that it's marked with the blue line. It's coming mainly from the previous quarter. So if you will be looking at this, we are under the previous quarter. And when you start getting acceptance under the previous quarter, you need a reclaim for it in order to start, looking for higher levels. If that didn't happen, we don't also have, like, let's say, daily candles that closed above this. So we will see how exactly things it's gonna play from here. But I don't really have, like, let's say, a full bias that I can give it to you, other than just looking for what exactly Monday it's gonna, how exactly we're gonna open Monday, and what exactly we will get into Asia. Upon that, we can decide what could be the next play. Now, losing this area, you need to be open, like I said, for lower levels. I'm not talking about like a small deviation that we might come and sweep and then reclaiming, like let's say the quarterly open. Losing this area, definitely you will be looking for lower levels to come in the coming in the coming few in the coming few days or few weeks. So still, it's too tricky for this weekend. But once we open, we will see how exactly things it's gonna play out. The optimal play for me is to see BTC sweeping this area within this week, and upon that we can see what could be the play. So could we do something like this and then move to the upper side, come back to these lows, maybe also, by the way, come lower, maybe to sweep this area, maybe to sweep these lows. It's very possible, and then we will see if things it's gonna move from around these levels. So This is mainly like, let's say, in regards to BTC. On ETH, I don't really have like, let's say, I don't have much to cover it. It's still in the middle of nowhere. I don't really have like, let's say, clear play at around these levels. Still, I'm looking for something like this, maybe a sweep of this area, small deviation, trap some shorts at around these levels, reclaim, and then we will see if things it's gonna start pushing to the upper side. At the same time, the price is under the monthly open, so I really don't have a bias to look for higher levels. If we start with reclaiming this, that's a total different story. So if you will be taking simply this range and you will put it like, let's say, in this way, if you start with reclaiming the 4,500, then in that time you are in a new range, maybe 4,700, you come to reclaim these highs, maybe all-time high, it's very possible, but you need, again, to align this with BTC. Now, for Sol, same thing, but the price is above the monthly open. It's still consolidating sideways, not much really that it's happening, and everything is, again, depends on what exactly BTC could offer. Now, if BTC it's going to go lower, then you will be expecting Sol again to come to around these levels. It's very possible. Now, the interesting part that you will be looking at it when it's coming to alts. Let me cover AVAX first. Same thing. We are holding 24 level. It's really a good level to hold. Also, you're somehow moving above the monthly open. If BTC decided to go lower and we started losing the monthly open, then you would be expecting like, let's say, decent expansion to the downside. As long as this wouldn't happen, then you would be expecting just maybe a sideways. If BTC decided to go higher, then you would be expecting alts to go higher too. Now, the interesting part that I do have it, if you'll be looking at the daily time frame on alts, I mean, we've been moving for quite a few days that they are moving just sideways, but I would put this into kind of a direction that maybe they are basing out. So definitely if BTC gave us a direction to the upper side, then we might start seeing some moves like, let's say, into higher levels, because most of them, they are really looking at like moving above the monthly open. The one that I'm spotting that you do have above the monthly open and also above the quarterly open. So if BTC decided to move to higher levels, then you will be expecting these assets also to move to higher levels. I was spotting dot also with render. Dot started moving, but again, all of these kind of things are confirmation of a daily and also a weekly time frame. We can play with it. Once we get Monday range, then things will start looking, a little bit better. But as I said, like these kind of things, you want really like, let's say, to focus on the plays that it's above the monthly open and above the quarterly open. If things it's going to push to the upper side, then fine, you will be expecting these assets, like, let's say, to start moving to the upper side. Nothing really that it's major that you'll be looking for massive moves. Still, these alts in general, they are in a downtrend, but they might start releasing for you 5-6% to the upper side just for some kind of weekly trades from here and there. It will be looking absolutely good. Now, on Nasdaq and the S&P, with the way how exactly we closed also Nasdaq and the S&P, I mean, if I'm looking at something, just let me clean the chart. So we need to keep an eye on how exactly we are opening. We are opening the next week. So for now, the range that I'm focusing on it's mainly this area to this area. So I think we might see like, let's say, more of a price action inside this till we're gonna approach the middle of the month and we're gonna approach the CPI. But that's just something to keep an eye on it. I'm not looking really for something major, for a break of the S&P and Nasdaq. They are not looking like they want to break down. It's just a sideway. And there is something also to pay attention to it, that when you do have some kind of a price action that it's looking like this, where you do have your monthly open and the price is just doing this, means that still, the asset's not ready to move whether to the upper side or to the downside. So you still have time and you just need, to flow with the move, whatever it's going to be. But as I said, for alts, yeah, they are looking like, let's say, in this kind of a direction that for now, they're not really doing anything around the monthly open. But if they started moving to the upper side and BTC, again, moving to higher levels, then you will be looking for that. What other place that you'll be looking at it. If BTC decided to go to the downside, you will be mainly looking for a high time frame play, which is in general anything that swept, like let's say the monthly open, you could print still fresh lows into this month and you sweep the lows that we formed. Let's assume BTC just moved a little bit to the upper side. You will do something like this with alts. And then maybe on the sweep of this kind of structure that you do have it here, or that you do have it here, that you might start looking for alts to base up. I wouldn't rush anything when it's coming to alts. BTC dominance, to be honest with you, it's not really giving any kind of a direction. Could it confirm this to be a deviation and then to start pushing to the upper side from here? Very possible. Could it also do just something like this and reject and start going to lower levels where exactly else they're going to gain momentum? It's also possible. But at this stage, especially that we have a new month and we are approaching the end of the quarter, which is September, it's the end of the quarter, and we would have, like, let's say, a new quarter to deal with it, then I would link just the place that we do have them for alts just on just with what exactly BTC it's going to do. Also on a high time frame, something to pay attention to it. We closed the previous month candle under this level, which is it's coming again as a major yearly level that we do have it on BTC. And this is where exactly you need to factor looking and seeing that, yeah, it's very possible to see BTC going to lower levels. Now, going to lower levels, it doesn't mean that you put a top or you, I mean, for me, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even distract myself. If we put the top and this is the top or it's not the top, still you will be able to trade it in a proper way, which is, as an example, last week, that's the play that we had it on BTC. So assuming that still it's going to be dropping, still you will be able to trade between longs, between shorts, all these kind of things you will be able to do it. So don't get too attached to the idea that this is the top or it's not the top, but be open for BTC to come lower because it's absolutely normal for an asset just to go lower before continuing up. Might take time, yes, it might take time, but this is where exactly you need to be extremely patient and just to be strict when it's coming to the execution. I don't see, to be honest with you, anything that is giving me any kind of a signs for a swing trades on BTC. I don't see that. I still do think that this area, let's assume that BTC started coming to this area, still you might see a major resistance at somewhere at around these levels, or also, by the way, somewhere at around these levels before you're going to start looking for, like, let's say, lower levels. So yeah, definitely she could squeeze to the upper side, but still you would come again for lower levels. It's very possible. Just be open because correction, it doesn't just go, like, let's say, with a drop of a 20 or 30%. Correction sometimes, or most of the time, actually, correction, it's about time also. So you correct time and you correct, like, let's say, levels and percentage. So that's something to take into consideration and to keep an eye on it. I don't really have much, like, let's say, to cover for you more than this. Maybe we would do another quick update by tomorrow once we form the range. I could do it, like, let's say, mid of the day if it's possible, and we'll be posting it for you mostly on YouTube. So yeah, that's all from my side. Once we will form the range from Asia, we can update things accordingly. Wish you all the best, guys, and wish you an amazing weekend. And we'll keep you updated. Cheers.